as it is, without adjusting, without improving anything, and without preparing for an outcome. Let your eyes gently close or soften, and notice the immediate sense of contact between your body and the surface supporting you. This contact is steady, reliable, and present, just like the calm you are now stabilizing within yourself. Today is not about learning something new, but about allowing everything you have already practiced to integrate into a single, effortless state. Calm driving is no longer something you generate. It is something you return to naturally. As your breathing continues at its own pace, recognize that ease does not need instruction. The nervous system knows how to settle when it feels safe, and safety now feels familiar. Over the past days, your mind and body have learned new responses, new interpretations, and a new identity around driving. Today, those changes consolidate. They merge into one default setting. Calm is no longer a tool you use. It is the background state from which you operate. Notice how this feels different from effort. Effort involves monitoring. Automatic calm involves trust. As you rest here, your subconscious is recognizing that it no longer needs to stay alert for danger when driving. The body has learned the difference between real risk and imagined threat. This distinction is now stable. Imagine yourself sitting in the driver's seat on a future day. There is no anticipation, no mental rehearsal, no need to brace. You simply get in the car. This simplicity matters. When fear dissolves, complexity fades with it. The act of driving returns to what it always was, a skill your body knows. Feel your hands on the wheel in your imagination, relaxed, responsive, unforced. Your shoulders are loose. Your jaw is soft. Your breathing is natural. There is no internal commentary trying to assess or predict. Presence replaces vigilance. This is what automatic calm feels like. As you begin to drive in this imagined scene, notice how attention flows outward rather than inward. You are aware of the road, the movement, the environment, without scanning your body for signs of anxiety. Your nervous system has learned that it does not need to self-monitor. When it stops monitoring, it stops producing symptoms. This loop has been broken. Even if a sensation arises, it no longer triggers interpretation. Sensation becomes information, not alarm. You feel a bump in the road, and your body responds appropriately, not emotionally. You hear a sound from the engine, and your mind registers it neutrally. The old chain reaction no longer activates. This is integration. Integration means there is no gap between understanding and reaction. Calm happens first. Now imagine encountering something that once triggered fear, such as traffic, speed, or an unexpected situation. Notice that the body stays regulated. The mind stays clear. You respond rather than react. There is no inner struggle. You do not need to reassure yourself. Confidence expresses itself as simplicity. You handle the moment and continue driving. The subconscious records this as normal. Each time this happens, the baseline strengthens. Soon, calm is not something you notice. It is simply there. This is what it means to stop managing fear. Management implies opposition. There is nothing to oppose now. Fear has lost its role. Now allow the idea to gently highways, intersections, stopping, starting, waiting. The state remains the same. Context no longer dictates your nervous system. Your baseline does. This is freedom. Freedom behind the wheel does not come from control. It comes from trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your responses. Trust in your ability to remain present. This trust has already formed. Today's session simply seals it. Notice the sense of quiet confidence building beneath awareness, not as excitement, not as relief, but as steadiness. This steadiness is durable. It does not fluctuate with mood. It does not depend on perfect conditions. It is internal. As you continue listening, imagine weeks and months ahead where driving is just another part of your day. You do not think about anxiety because it no longer defines the experience. You think about where you are going, what you will do when you arrive, or nothing at all. The mind is free to wander or focus naturally. This is how the brain behaves when fear circuitry is no longer dominant. Neuroplastic change has occurred. New pathways are now default pathways. Old patterns fade without effort. Now allow yourself to recall how driving felt before anxiety became involved. That neutrality, that simplicity, that quiet confidence. Notice how similar it feels now. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to a natural state. The subconscious recognizes this familiarity and relaxes further. There is no resistance. The system settles into this state because it is efficient, sustainable, and safe. Calm requires less energy than fear. The body prefers it. As this realization integrates, feel how your breathing deepens naturally. There is space in the chest. The nervous system is in regulation. This state becomes linked automatically with the act of driving. Starting the car triggers calm. Sitting at a light reinforces ease. Arriving at your destination confirms confidence. Every step reinforces the baseline. Now imagine yourself speaking about driving with ease, not because you are trying to convince anyone, but because it simply describes your experience. Words feel accurate. Identity has shifted. You are no longer an anxious driver recovering. You are simply a calm driver. This identity does not need maintenance. It expresses itself through behavior. Behavior feeds belief. Belief stabilizes response. This loop now works in your favor. As this session draws closer to completion, recognize that nothing needs to be memorized, recalled, or practiced deliberately. The changes occur below conscious effort. Your nervous system has learned. Your subconscious has integrated. Your conscious mind can rest. Each time you drive, you may notice moments of calm that surprise you by how unremarkable they feel. That is the sign of success. Ease does not announce itself. It simply exists. Allow this understanding to settle deeply now. Driving calm is your default. Presence is natural. Trust is steady. Ease is accessible. Freedom behind the wheel belongs to you, not as something you work toward, but as something you live. As you remain in this settled state, let your subconscious register that this change is complete, not fragile, and not temporary. There is nothing to protect or defend. Calm is self-sustaining because it aligns with how your system is meant to function. In the days ahead, you may notice that you no longer think about whether you will feel calm. While driving, you simply are. Even moments that once would have drawn attention now pass without comment. This is stability taking root. Confidence no longer rises and falls. It stays consistent because it no longer depends on effort. Your nervous system has chosen efficiency over vigilance. From here, driving integrates seamlessly into life, no longer set apart as a challenge. You move, arrive, and continue on with ease. This is not something you hold on to. It holds you, and it will continue quietly, reliably, as your natural way of being.